Builders podcast, featuring the Bethany Builders crew, Chris Bethany, Steve Burton, Christian Fourier, and Sophia Bethany. Got questions? Text us at 781-837-4900. Now, here's your host, Sophia Bethany.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Bethany Builders podcast. I'm your host, Sophia Bethany, and I'm here with my dad and our principal builder, Chris Bethany.
Hey, everyone. Fresh off the job site, so I'm trying to pull it together real quick here, Sophia, but thank you all for listening, and let's have a great show.
Let's have a great show. And if anyone's listening in, calling in to ask construction-related questions or just to say hi, what number should they call?
Sophia, you know the magic number, 781-837-4900, 95.9 WATD, the home of the Bethany Builders podcast, and a bunch of other great shows during the week.
I love that. So let's tell all of our listeners what's going on at Bethany Builders.
Well, you know, it's that time of year. We get a lot of calls from a lot of current and past customers. Unfortunately, with this weather, a lot of people have experienced ice dams, Sophia.
That is true.
And that's a combination of what happens to create an ice dam is when, in fact, there's heat inside the interior living space, and then it escapes through the ceiling, whether it's recessed lights or crevices or cracks for that heat loss to get up into the attic area. And then you hit a cooling off area that isn't either properly insulated or ventilated, and warms the underside of the roof. And with all this snow sitting on top of the roof, freezing up, then it thaws. But when it gets down around that overhang, Sophia, where the top of the wall is, and it's frozen ice, the water can't escape, and it backs in up underneath the shingles and causes interior ice dam type repairs, which are leaks in the ceiling, of course, and water getting into the home, and a bunch of aggravation for our homeowners here in the South Shore in Massachusetts.
That's South Shore weather.
Yeah, New England weather, right, Sophia?
Yeah, that is true.
What are we going to do? And a lot of people had called, our customers call. We don't get too much involved in insurance estimates for that type of damage repair. We leave that for the adjusters and the insurance experts on that type of work. And when that's all resolved, they tend to give us a call, see if we can do the service repairs to bring their home back up to speed like it was.
Well, thankfully for all of us in the South Shore, I've noticed that the snow is melting. I can see our driveway.
Yes.
So that's when we know that we've made it to a good point.
Yep.
But as spring rolls around, you know, we have tons of construction projects going on. And feel free to call us at Bethany Builders at 781-898-8018 if you're interested in upgrading your home this spring season.
Well, Sophia, I know you're really excited. You say tons of construction projects. I kind of think maybe you're talking about rock salt being delivered out there, but that's okay. We do have quite a bit of projects on the books to do for 2026. We are involved in some projects that are really exciting. We're doing a primary suite, which involves a bedroom and a master bath located in Kingston. We've done multiple projects for the family, so shout out to them. But little by little, we have, quite a bit of decks that are scheduled to go. We're planning on getting them started in and around March 1st. We're hoping that this ice will thaw and we'll get a chance to penetrate the ground with some helical piles or footings as needed. But yeah, just grateful to be working. And hey, exciting news on the front for you today. You actually got in person your construction supervisor's license in hand today, yourself and your mother, Alina Bethany. So let's give it up for you. There you go. Congratulations, Sophia. Now,
Thank you so much.
You have it in hand, and you have the ability to secure a building permit here in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts for pretty much most projects, definitely all the residential projects, that's for sure.
That is true. And we all studied very hard to be able to pass this test. I know it took tons of hours, but
Sure.
I'm happy to get this test over with.
For sure. It's an elongated process, as you know. I mean, you've been involved in construction since you were 6+ years old, carrying the tools and helping your mother and father in these projects. We're a construction family. I know your hard work and dedication, and again, your full-time efforts on top of school. A lot of people don't understand that, of course, your mom growing up in Europe and Ukraine, it's pretty commonplace where you go to school and then you, in fact, come home and you work at a young age, and those values have been instilled in you, and and they're starting to show up now at 18. Your work ethic has already been established for many, many years. So shout out to you, and shout out to your mom for teaching you those disciplines.
Shout out to my mom. Yeah, it's interesting because there are a lot of cultural differences throughout the world. And one that's been instilled in me is, as you mentioned, coming home from school, taking care of homework, and obviously going straight to work.
Yes, that's what you do, Sophia. Some look at that as maybe you're a child working, but that's what we do. We're a construction family. We do our school work, and then we do our construction work, and that's just how we make it. When you have a small family business, it's all hands on deck, and everybody starts at a younger age. So congratulations to you. Moving along here, we're excited for 2026. See a lot of projects on the forefront. We've obviously talked quite a bit about, we use the words ADU, accessory dwelling units. We don't want to be laborious about the same subject, but they're just such an exciting topic, and they're an opportunity for not only affordable housing, but it's accessible. Everybody has that by right use to do it. And we're starting to see a major uptick in family members calling to build these detached and or attached ADUs on their homes for other family members. That seems to be a consistent call. I probably get upwards of, I'd say 8 to 12 calls minimum a week about this, Sophia.
That is true. And ADUs, they stand for accessory dwelling units. You have a by right use of up to 900 square feet of living space.
Mhm.
And of course, you have your kitchen, your bathroom, 1 to 2 bedrooms typically. And they're great for everyone, every generation.
Oh, for sure. Well, actually, it was funny because we had finished tweaking a design that you had done. I know we had a meeting on it, and you put in a lot of hours on it. Some of the final architectural details to be code compliant with the 10th edition are being put in place on this design. We will show it to our viewers at some point in time, but I tell you, I sent it over to one of our Bethany Builders podcast team members, Christian Fourier, via text, and his comments were he just could not believe it. He says, I understood these as small or tiny homes, but based on that 900 square foot unit you showed with a screen porch and unfinished basement space and a garage, and he looked and he said that's a full size home. And that's the message we were trying to explain to him and others. A semi-custom or custom designed ADU by Bethany Builders and Sophia Bethany is it's incredible. These are not tiny homes. These are beautiful, Sophia.
They are not. They're commonly referred to as tiny homes, but when you look at the amount of space in these ADUs, it truly amazes me.
Yes, like you're saying, people, they hear that number 900 square feet and they think, wow, it's such a downsized home. But when you start getting into the unconditioned or unfinished space, like I say, the porches, the decks, the unfinished walkout basement spaces, the garages, you start adding them on and you have a full size home, and you're definitely not compromising your living space.
No. And there's actually a frequently asked question that I was wondering if you could share the answer with our listeners. It's, can you add an ADU with existing septic?
Well, that, it was funny because I was going to shout out to Jeff Morse, who's one of our experts. Jeff has been doing septic systems. Many people call him for upgrades and things of that nature. He's now overseeing operations over at Penn Excavation. I believe they're in Marshfield. He's formed an alliance with them, and he's mentoring that team over there. But getting back to what you're saying, it just depends, Sophia. As you know, the municipalities, first thing we do is we go and see the Board of Health agent and get their guidance on how they want to treat it. Are we, in fact, tying into an existing septic system that's compliant? Are there upgrades needed on that to create what we call a common septic system that would also serve the detached ADU, if you would? Or do they, in fact, want a completely independent 1 or 2 bedroom septic system for the ADU, separating the septic system for the primary residence that was currently existing? So it's all up to the municipalities. They have the oversight. They have basically the decision on how they want to treat that situation. But we just go through the steps. We don't waste people's time or money. We try to be as efficient as possible, but all the answers are in fact not in place. You need to address items one thing at a time.
This is a bit of a general question, but to all our listeners out there, what's something that you think anyone who's interested in getting an ADU should know about before starting?
Well, it's a great question, Sophia. And a big factor that comes up all the time, obviously, first and foremost, is price, is cost. We were fortunate. Shout out to the center in Duxbury, the former Duxbury Senior Center. Shout out to Joanne Moore, Christine Daly for inviting us. We had a great opportunity to speak with probably 40, a group of 40 folks that had questions. They were interested. There were some people that are very serious about committing to building an ADU, whether it's with Bethany Builders or another company. But they had a lot of great questions, Sophia. And the biggest thing, though, was number one was cost. But what they really appreciated about our team was the speed and efficiency that we can produce them. There's information out in the public on many forums where these things can take 10 months, 12 months, 15 months. That's what some folks are marketing. And we don't need to disagree with folks. We simply stay in our lane. We know what we produce, Sophia. We produce the 600 square foot, one bedroom units, whereas kind of an entry level ADU within 60 days. We are equipped in the mild weather to do 4 in 60 days. We're proven. We've done that year in and year out. I have been building ADU style homes here in Massachusetts for over 30 years, Sophia, and that's documented. They're
I'm sure.
referred to as in-laws and accessory dwelling units. But now that they're a by right unit, Sophia, that allows us to streamline this permitting process in a lot of communities where they haven't layered a lot of planning board and zoning board meetings and so forth. So in those towns, we really can rock and roll. We know where they are, and we get those plans up and running with a completed permit application. Get those shovels to the ground. We get them built in 60 days, Sophia.
That is true. I've seen it.
Yeah.
Only 60 days.
Mhm.
That is a fast timeline.
It really is, Sophia, and you and I both know it requires to do that. It requires 6 days in the field. We're not working 5. We usually start give or take around 7 a.m., have a lunch break, but the team likes to work till upwards of 6 p.m., and we do that 6 days a week. Our goal is if we can do that over a course of 3 weeks, we can get in enough hours that it's probably consistent with other companies in 4 weeks. And that's only done by the commitment of our work crews and the cooperation of our customers to allow us to come in on a Saturday. But our goal is to get their projects done. Most people are excited and will do all that they can to be helpful, so we're able to achieve the common goal, and that is get those units built as timely as possible and keep them on time and on budget, Sophia.
And our motto is, of course, that we prefer quality over quantity. We want to make sure that all of our customers get the best services, and we allocate an equal amount of time and attention to each customer.
Yeah, Sophia, it has to be, first and foremost. And again, can everybody hear me on my microphone? I can't hear so much in my headphones, but okay.
I think you're good.
I guess everybody's fine. Don't mind me, a little audio or technical question. But yeah, quality over quantity is a must here. Every customer is primary. If you engage our services, we treat you as well as it's an understanding of our workforce that our customers are first and foremost. We're there to provide the service. This is folks' homes, their hard-earned money, and we give it our very best effort. I'd say if we have, like I said, 3,000 customers, we maybe have a couple that maybe they find that we don't meet their expectations. We have to respect that, do the very best that we can to try to continue to achieve that and do all what we can to let them know that they're appreciated. And that's it. It's not a perfect business, but we do the very best that we can. But it is construction, right, Sophia?
That is true. We really do the best that we can. And we work with different generations, but we're also a part of different generations when it comes to having that construction supervisor's license. Me, my mom, my dad, we all work as a unit, and we love supporting our community.
Well, for sure, Sophia. But you mentioned a big thing about working with yourself and your mom and myself. What we have is three different timelines of generations and different outlooks on things. Not just being three individuals, but your mom is extremely talented with electronics and products, not only in the U.S. but throughout the world, just from a design aspect. Growing up in Europe, so she's aware of those things, but yet has being now a proud U.S. citizen, of course, and being here for many, many years. Your mom brings a unique talent where she can see both sides of the world essentially, and there's a lot of design features that your mom translates from Europe. In particular, we were talking about an ADU where the folks had a stackable washer and dryer, but it was located on an interior wall section. We were coming up with a creative way to vent the dryer system, but in fact, your mom made us aware that in fact there are products in the market that have ventless dryers, which was unbelievable. But with her work and expertise with, shout out George Washington Tomer's group, Alan Stern over there in Weymouth, they're fantastic. They were able to identify a stackable washer and dryer that was absolutely the perfect resolution to that venting question that was in place, Sophia. That challenge was eliminated by your mom's wisdom and design experience, as well as living abroad. That's a common thing there.
That's why it's good to have all different perspectives.
Sure. And speaking of perspectives, what's your perspective? What are you excited about in 2026 for your construction projects? Tell us a little bit about what you personally got going on, and what do you foresee this spring?
Of course. Well, I am working on my project, Sophia Bethany's ADU Blessing,
Mhm.
where I'm donating a 100% labor and materials ADU housing unit for a veteran in need. So
Shout
I'm very excited. Shout out to our veteran, Alan, and thank you to all of our veterans for your service.
I'll tell you, Sophia, like you're saying, if we could build as many as we could, that would be absolutely amazing. We encourage other people to get involved and in any way that they can, and any great organizations, especially, most importantly, our veterans. We're on board. I actually had a fantastic conversation I'm going to share with you now. Got a verbal commitment from Home Depot, Sophia.
Ooh,
That's correct.
Home
One of the
Depot.
one of the team leaders. We do a lot of business as well with Home Depot in Rockland, Mass. One of the team leaders there. She's very involved with the veterans. They do a lot of great work throughout the South Shore of Massachusetts, of course, with the veterans, the local Home Depot. They have, in fact, committed to us to get on board. We're going to talk about the details, but they're going to be involved, whether it's with some, definitely for sure. They said materials and some Home Depot labor, the folks, I believe, that work there. And we're beyond excited to work with them. So shout out Home Depot, Rockland, Massachusetts, and throughout Massachusetts. They do a great job, and they stepped up. There was not a difficult request with them. They get a lot of requests, they said, but when they heard about Sophia Bethany's ADU Blessing and us being customers for a very long time at that location in Rockland, Massachusetts, they in fact have committed that they're going to get on board with us for your project.
Wow.
So shout out Home
Shout out
Depot.
to Home Depot.
There we go. Let's give it up.
That is incredible.
Well, yeah, to get Home Depot on board with labor and materials, Sophia, that's going to give us a big push, and I expect that we'll see a lot more. We need to shout out to some of our team members at Local 103. If you're listening, they're big fans. Shout out to Michael Melvin, Phil DeCola, the Olson brothers, Lou Antonellis, all of the hardworking men and women at Local 103. I know that we got commitments early from them. They were the first on board to say, when that project comes around, we're going to get on board with some of our labor, and we're going to help get this electrical wiring done. So we know it's going to be done right. It's going to be done efficient. And again, shout out to Local 103, who's been a huge supporter of Sophia Bethany from your WBZ MVP of the Week story. They put you on the billboard. You remember?
That is true. I do remember.
You were in lights, Sophia. It's pretty exciting. Thanks to 103.
Shout out to Local 103.
There we go.
Absolutely incredible.
There we go. So with that being said, we did have a guest. One of the guests had given us a call. He was going to be our first guest. And unfortunately, they were having problems with weather where they're located. So their phone system was a little interrupted. So we're going to have to carry the ball a little bit until you know who's about to join us.
Brian?
That's right. His nickname is the B Man. He's our hockey expert. And, I can't wait. He's been traveling, watching the team, the Bruins abroad, and now of course, the Olympic hockey is going on. So he's going to give us all the updates. I'm not going to spoil some of the information he's given us, but we expect to bring Brian on, give or take, in about 10 minutes. But he's our rock star when it comes to hockey going on.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
Well, I know earlier you asked me what I'm excited for this spring, and I would say honestly, all of the colors, the lighter colors and even neutral ones,
Okay.
they can make a room look bigger.
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing as well is spring cleaning, you could really use a walk-in closet or roll-out storage space, and that's how you increase the space of your room, right?
So you're gonna start to share. What I'm hearing is you're starting to share some of your interior designs. So you're talking about your color patterns. You're talking about your organizational space, closet organizers. Are you going to focus on that coming in from February and March? Is that some of the things you're going to focus on, interior finishes?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, so we got some. We have a finished basement project that's going to require a lot of that. There's fitness area. There's they want a wet bar. They want some built-ins. Recess the TV. I think there's I don't know, up or down, about 100-inch TV on this next project. Sophia.
100-inch TV.
Well, they've become quite more affordable. At one time, they were unattainable due to cost. I mean, I
Right.
guess if you wanted to spend an extremely a lot of money, everybody's different. But I think now you can get a 100-inch TV for under $2,000, which, while that's $2,000 is a lot of money, but it's still reasonable if you want to have that size TV.
It's more affordable than in the past,
For sure.
that's for sure.
Hmm. And yeah, so that's what we're excited about. Can you tell us, as we advance to getting towards B-Man, he gives us the update, can you tell us a little bit about, so you're finishing up high school here?
I am.
You are, and we know that you've been patiently waiting your opportunity, I guess. What do you have, about another month or so between for yourself and many of the students in high school, if they're choosing to go on to college? Is there still a lot of students in your high school that are unaware where they're going to college, Sophia?
I would say it's definitely a mix. There are definitely students who still don't know where they're going to college, like myself, because we're still waiting for results.
Okay.
But there are students who they do know where they're going, so I would say it is a mix.
Okay.
But I'm still on the hunt.
Well, this is what I was going to ask you. I'm going to put another challenge out there. You're always hardworking and doing stuff. So we know you work hard on your academics, and we know you work hard on your passion for construction. That's proven. Will you join me? We've been invited to go to the South Shore Vocational High School located in Hanover, Mass. The dad-daughter duo. I think we're going to go over to the carpentry area and see if we can speak with some students and then listen to what they're doing and accomplishing, and see if we can make some new friendships, as well as maybe you can share your experience to them. That's great that you've reached this plateau of putting the time in, earning an opportunity, securing your builder's license. Wouldn't it be great to be able to inspire or try to help others follow that same path? Pave the way, Sophia, and help others so that if they have interest in getting involved with the construction, programs, that you could give share a little bit about your journey.
I would love that. I think that's a great idea.
Okay. Well, we got a couple of things going on. Larry, can we go to commercial just so folks can know what we're all about and how to reach us?
The Bethany Builders Podcast is sponsored by Coupon Lumber, Trex Decking, Northeastern Savings Bank, and WATD. Don't go away. More from the South Shore's #1 dad and daughter duo in the building business is next.
Hello, Chris Bethany of Bethany Builders here. Are you considering an upcoming home improvement project? A home addition, that new garage with bonus room, or an in-law suite for your parents? If so, then let's go. From design to job completion, Bethany Builders has got you covered. Our goal is to keep your project moving forward, on time and on budget. Bethany Builders provides free estimates. We are fully licensed, registered, and insured. Call Bethany Builders today at 781-898-8018. Find us on the web at bethanybuilders.com and on Facebook.
This is the Bethany Builders Podcast on 95.9 WATD. Once again, here's your host, Sophia Bethany.
We are back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Sophia Bethany, and I'm here with my dad and our principal builder, Chris Bethany. We're here on the Bethany Builders Podcast, and right now we have a caller.
Yep, but before we go to the caller, I want to give a shout out before we even started. I know that they're listening because they're great friends and they've become fans, which I believe we're grateful for, the Bethany Builders podcast. I want to shout out to Paul, Aaron, Chris, Michael, Haley, Sophia.
Shout out to the Haley family.
The Haley family from Weymouth, Massachusetts. If you're listening, thank you very much for all your friendship and support. Been decades for me. You guys are amazing. So I hope you enjoyed the show tonight. Now we're going to jump in. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the B-Man. That's my nickname for him. Who are you bringing on, Sophia?
Brian Haley.
How are you doing tonight?
Good. How are you?
Hey, how'd you like that intro, Brian?
You read my mind. That's why we've known each other since Weymouth, the Hunt School parking lot. You were really liking my Weymouth hockey jacket. And I was scouting out your soccer uniform, you know?
Guys, it's 50 years.
Yeah. Oh, my
Wow.
God. By the way, how did things go medically this morning for you? You sound pretty good.
I thank God. Yeah, I had some, I needed some medical treatment. It went fantastic this morning. I need to address a health issue. It was great. Shout out to all the nurses and anesthesiologists and so forth. They were incredible. I thank them very much. And I was able to get that done, then take a ride in with Alina to pick up or actually do the final arrangements for Alina and Sophia's construction supervisor license today. They now have it in their possession. Today is day one for them to be in business, essentially to permit for themselves, Brian.
That's fantastic. That's very good news. And you mentioned right off the bat my family. I guess they haven't said that, but I guess I'm representing the family on WATD. I appreciate that. But
Absolutely.
You are.
awesome.
Well, you represent
awesome
them well,
report.
Brian. You've done an incredible
Thank you.
job.
Try to.
I just want you to know that we had a meeting and Sophia just said, hey, where is Brian? We need our hockey
There you go.
update. And the show ain't the same without him. So what do you got to tell us today, Brian?
So nice. So nice to say. So nice to say. You know, I love hockey. My dad played hockey till he was in his early 70s. And you mentioned my brother Paul's family, and I can't go out the program without mentioning my sister-in-law. We lost Jacqueline. You know, this is not a script. I've known the Bethany family for a long time. And like I mentioned earlier, elementary school, and bumped into Chris probably 18 years later at the town incinerator in Weymouth. And I looked at Bethany Construction. I go, are you remember, I was ready to say, you any relation to Christopher? And it was you. So timing's everything in life, you know. And you know, but we lost, unfortunately, in September, we all lost my sister-in-law, Jackie. You know, she was great. You know, the family.
Need to stop you just for a minute. Just our condolences from myself, Alina, Sophia, our Bethany family. We love Jackie, and our condolences, Brian, and to Paul and the family. So we love Jackie very much, and she's very much missed. Yes. Go ahead, Brian.
Yes, in fact, you know, Sophia, you'd love to meet Erin. She's went to Vanderbilt, their academy first, in Vanderbilt. Have Paul meet the meeting with you two, and she's working for ESPN now, graduate. I went to Vanderbilt one time. I said to my brother, I said, I know we don't see each other all the time. You're busy because you have business and your wife's situation, but anyway, I could get down to Vanderbilt, and he brought me down there. We watched the football game.
Oh my goodness!
That was Well,
there was an incredible picture that Paul had shared with myself and Sophia. Unbelievable.
Oh.
Again, I know that Erin was in fact a cheerleader at Vanderbilt University, and God bless him.
Yeah.
Amazing. There was an amazing picture, and you know, I could relate. I share that with Paul. You know, we're the dad-daughter duo here in the South Shore, so we understand what it's like. The father-daughter relationship, Brian, is a very special relationship.
Well, it's big time, you know. I mean, unfortunately, I hate to say it, sometimes things come out good out of something bad, and what a family. I'm not scripted. My brother's family is so well. My nephew right now is flying a E-2 Hawkeye on the Abraham Lincoln right now. They're
incredible.
They're out.
Thank
They're
you. That's Mike. That's Michael, Brian, right?
That's Michael. Yeah.
That's Michael. Thank you for your service, Michael Haley. Thank you.
Yes. Yes, so we can send that to him. I text him here and there to see how he's doing. I was in high school when Paul would bring the F-14 Tomcat in, and Michael always had an interest, but he did all the schooling and everything. You know, graduate of Harvard as well as Christopher, who we got to grab you sometime. Sophia, Christopher is an incredible guitar player. He's a very good guitar player.
Well, Brian, I gotta stop you, Brian, because Sophia and I are familiar with a song they have, and if anybody's listening,
Yeah,
get on YouTube. It's
Yep.
called Moon. You know, like the
that's
moon
right.
and the stars. It's called Moon.
Exactly.
And his
Exactly.
band, Brian,
Yeah.
participated in the Levitate down here in Marshfield, Massachusetts, the
Yes,
Levitate
correct.
celebration. His band
That's correct.
participated. There's a song called Moon. It's one of my favorite songs. I listen to it quite a bit, Brian. We're big fans.
Big fans.
That's great. That's great. And
Mhm.
I think, my brother now, I'm sure he'd appreciate me saying that, but no one told me to do that. They never tell me to do anything.
Nothing
They ask
scripted,
me,
Brian.
and I appreciate them asking me, and I ask them for help, So,
Mhm.
I'm glad, maybe by me mentioning that, though, maybe one night tonight my brother can have a good night's sleep. It still
You
affects. I'm his
betcha.
brother-in-law.
Well,
It
we
affects
we
me,
love you. We love
Thank
your family and
you.
your brother-in-law, your brother and
Yeah.
your family. We support you, Brian. You've done an incredible job. I'm going to lock in on the B-Man.
Nice.
Give us the update. What's going on? There's
Yeah,
Olympic
there you go.
hockey going on, Brian.
Thank you for asking. Right. I've always been involved in Olympic hockey. You were an Olympic soccer player. I played hockey in my life. I wasn't fortunate to go this far, but the 1980 Olympics, Lake Placid, everybody knows. We have some young listeners out there, but I'm sure they know if they're hockey fans. We won the gold medal out there.
Mhm.
That was a tough win because we lost to the Russians prior in Madison Square Garden. We were blown
Mhm.
out of the building.
Mhm.
And Herb Brooks was able to focus them and get that done. At that time, my brother Mark was playing at Union, and my brother Paul was just out of Harvard. He was in the Navy. So hockey has always been the sport. You call me Brian Hockey, I guess, right? Instead
Yeah,
of
we call
Brian
you the
English,
we
Brian
call you the
Hockey.
B-Man.
No.
And how is give
No.
me a little? Let me
Yeah.
give you a little guidance here. We're playing in the Olympics now. Is it in
Correct.
Italy, Brian?
Yes, sir. It's in Milan, Cortina, Italy.
Incredible.
Italy.
And can you give us
Yeah.
some update? What's going
Yep.
on with the men's hockey first,
Sure.
and then tell us about the
You
women's
know,
hockey. What's going on?
Right. I repeat myself the third time. No script. But I just know by the NHL. I don't think people know this is 2026. Did you know, Chris and Sophia, that the NHL players haven't been represented since 2014?
Didn't know that,
Oh, I
Brian.
That's how
no
time
idea.
flies in the Olympics.
Did not
Right.
know that, Brian.
Wow.
The NHL. Yep. And we have a little trouble going on, though, I think. I'm looking forward to the spring, but I love the guy. But Swayman's the number one goalie, so I'll try to move this like a train here. He was not doing well in the beginning of these Olympics, but I love this guy Hellebuck, who
Okay.
played against the Bruins, played at UMass Lowell. He is a great goaltender. They put him in the other night. Mike Sullivan from Marshfield. You know Mike
Oh,
Sullivan?
sure. Shout out Mike Sullivan,
There you
BC
go.
High alumni, back with myself.
That's
Mhm.
right. That's right. You guys went to BC High with Carey and all that. And,
That's correct.
then he went on to great career, Mike Sullivan. If you're listening, hopefully ask Kevin Stevens to tell you to put on 95.9.
There we
Because he
go.
was a great player at CU, played the NHL, played for the
Mhm.
Bruins briefly. He coached them. He should still be the coach there.
Mhm. So
My
we need
opinion.
some results,
You know?
Brian. Where do we
Yeah.
stand in the Olympics? Are we
Very
in the
good.
mix? Are we in the mix for medals? Are we behind? What's going
Yes.
on?
We're now in the quarterfinals now, which they have to watch themselves because that could be an elimination here. So you can't. I don't think I can mention other. If Steve Burton was on, he could probably tell me put this on delay. But tomorrow afternoon, you can see the USA play Finland. They're playing Finland at 2 p.m. tomorrow
Okay.
on one of the
Cool.
stations, local stations that the guys can find.
Okay.
So
Good to know.
they
So
look
is
like
it a winner? Is it a one-loss elimination at this point in the quarterfinals, Brian?
Yes.
Okay.
Right. Yes. So they're in that. They're in it. They're in it to win it. But
Mhm.
it's a tough. Swayman. I'm sure he'll come back and he might get to the next round. I'm sure he's very upset. But they put Hellebuck in the other day
Mhm.
and he shut out Germany. He
Okay.
shut them out.
Okay.
He's a great goaltender.
And now,
and
what about the
Bruins-
women's hockey team? Have you done any checking in on the women's hockey team in the
I
Olympics?
actually,
How are they doing?
They actually flipped over the other day. They're ironically on, and their series seems to be a lot shorter. I feel bad for them. They're already playing for the gold medal against Canada again.
Well, incredible.
Yeah,
When
That's good for them.
is that finals
No-
taking place?
that will be pretty sure by the end of the week, either Friday
Incredible.
or Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, we're
So,
going to be
would you
cheering
like to
them on
mention-
for sure. So
Absolutely.
That's right. And we do have a professional team like Sophia that's in this area. They're a very good team. But
Okay.
back to the men's side, I'm sure we'll get some people listening here, but the Bruins are in the fifth spot in the Atlantic Division. So they have
Okay.
something to look forward to, these couple of guys that are representing us, Trivia
Sure.
question. Like you said, give us an update. Trivia question for people out there right now. What two Bruins, you can't Google it, are over there right now? What two Bruins are representing the United States?
Okay,
We
that's
have
a
no
great
time to Google
question,
it.
Brian.
Jeremy
Great question.
Swayman.
Well, I'm
It's
going to set the
Jeremy Swayman.
table. So if people want to call in with an answer, the number is 781-837-4900. If you want to take a shot at the answer of Brian's trivia question, again, it was what two Boston Bruins current players are on the men's Olympic hockey team at this time?
Representing
I
the
know,
United States.
represent the United States. I know one of them already, Brian. It's the second one that's got me thinking.
Good. There you go. That's right, because I already bursted it out.
Mhm.
That's right. So just remove if we get the phone lines going. But overall, like I said, 2014, time flies. I mean, it's amazing that they wouldn't let the NHL players get involved with that, because they looked back to 1980, how successful that was. But a lot of those guys, local guys, as you know, Ruzioni, Silk, some of them went on from winning Ken Morrow. They won the gold medal, and he goes and signs with the Islanders, and he's holding a Stanley Cup 3 months later. That's what
Incredible.
the Olympics wanted.
Yeah.
That's what the Olympics wanted, but they fought against that. Said, no, it's boring. It's boring because now the United States are getting blown out. 8-0. These other countries, don't. They just focus on playing. If you represent Germany, you're always playing for Germany. You're
Understand.
always there.
But the United
Yeah.
States lets them move around. Well, Brian, I got to thank you
Yeah.
as always.
Yep.
You always bring the hockey updates. You always bring the facts and the stats. And nobody gets it
Try
done
to.
like you, B-Man. Now, we have a caller.
Yeah.
We got to bring him in, but we'll catch up with you next week. Be
Yeah.
ready.
Thank you, Brian.
Can I ask you one? Yeah.
Go ahead.
The
One question.
Melvin. Thank you, Melvin. I had a tough time scoring against Paul Melvin. Is
Oh,
Michael
sure.
any relation?
Well,
Michael-
Paul Melvin is a customer and a friend. We just completed a deck.
Right.
And his
There you
brother,
go.
Michael Melvin, is an electrician who's been very helpful, and he's going to be on
Oh,
board
great.
on Sophia Bethany's ADU Blessing Project. So we love the Melvin family. They're from South Weymouth originally. And shout out to them if they're listening. Brian, we'll catch
And
up
I'm
with you
glad.
soon. But
Yeah.
we have
Yeah.
somebody
We have
that
an
might have an answer
answer.
for us.
Yeah.
Larry, can you bring in Patty?
Patty's
Hello.
on the line.
Hi, Patty.
Yes,
How
I
are
am.
you?
Hi.
Hey,
I'm
Patty.
great. How are you?
Doing great.
great.
I think I have the answer. I'm so proud of myself.
Well, you should be.
believe
Well,
it is-
Patty, I'm excited
Yeah.
for you. I hope you have the answer.
These little things make me happy. I'm like, I think I know this answer.
We're,
I
we're
need to
rooting for you,
call.
Patty. What are you thinking?
Thank you. I think Charlie McAvoy and Jeremy Swayman.
I got to think if Charlie McAvoy's there, which I believe that he is, and Brian would
He
say it,
is,
I got to
yep.
say that, wow, that is fantastic. Well, Patty, we have something here. Thank you so much for calling. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Marshfield.
Oh, my goodness. Patty, is this the first time that you've listened to our podcast or, have you heard us before?
Actually, I've heard you before. I called in one of the very first shows, but I was on hold and never got through. But I have been listening before. Yes,
Oh, my
I think
goodness.
you guys are great.
Well-
you folks, I shouldn't say guys.
Well-
You're all great.
Well, Patty, we know you're great because you, number one, did you not only get the correct answer? Number two, listen, we have a policy. If anybody gets an answer right on a trivia question, we got a little something for you. We got a little nice gift from the Bethany Builders podcast, and we're excited to get it to you. But here's the thing. I'm not going to tell you what it is. It's a surprise. But what I will tell you is you can pick it up at WATD from Rob Hackler as early as Monday morning. And it's from Sophia, Alina, and Chris Bethany of the Bethany Builders podcast.
I can do that. And I have to tell you, the night that I called in was one of your first shows, and I called because I was listening to, now I just went blank. This is what happens when you're 71.
That's okay.
Your daughter, Sophia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. I was so impressed, and then I was super shocked when I found out how old she was. So that's why I called that night. Not that I don't think you're wonderful, but I was so impressed. I thought, I have to call because the composure, the professionalism, the warmth, I was like, oh my goodness. And then I found out how old she was. I'm like, oh, double my goodness.
Patty,
Thank you so
Absolutely
much,
cool. So-
Patty.
Patty, you need to know something. You have completely made our night tonight. You know, me and myself and Sophia, our team members had commitments. They were ready to go, but we just come back from a job site and you've made our night. We don't know. We're new to this and we don't know if folks are actually, Patty, is anybody listening
Oh.
out there? So,
Well,
you know.
I am, and I think that's at the moment. That's all that matters.
That's all
But
that
I
matters,
am,
Patty.
and I'll tell
Patty.
other people too. But I have to tell you, your crew, and oh my gosh, how you handle those knuckleheads.
Oh,
And you know who I'm talking
oh,
about.
they're a handful.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, they're a handful, Patty.
Oh my glory! I just sit and shake my head after the games. I stay up late for the after show games. And,
Oh, sure.
oh my goodness, they are knuckleheads. They really
Oh,
are. They are.
All right.
so
Now, Patty, you've
fun.
taken it to a whole new level in a fun way. So what we're going to do is this. When you come and pick up your little gift, see Rob Hackler, and you come over and get that, what I'm going to do is, could you please give Rob Hackler your name and number and contact info? Because what we're going to do is you refer to the couple knuckleheads. When we have them back on the show, I'm going to give you the heads up so you can call in and let them know
Oh,
what
Let
you
'em know what you
think.
think.
Let you know what you think.
I would love to. Now, my son is out in Austin, Texas right now. He would say, he's at UT Austin teaching. And
Oh,
I keep
wow.
saying, take me to a game. No, no, no. I said, fine. Then I'm going to get Matthew McConaughey to take me to a game.
Oh,
and
there
you're
you
going
go.
to see me on TV.
Yeah.
So if I tell him this, he'll be like, oh, Mom, please, you're not doing this to him. Yes,
Well-
I am.
Well, yes, you are. And what we're going to do then is we're going to have a little more fun with this. When you go in and see Rob, get you a little something and leave your information. What we'll do is we're going to have you on as a special guest. We're just going to say we have our special guest, Patty. I'm going to give you enough heads up so you can let your son know in Austin, Texas, that he can, in
Sounds
fact,
good.
tune in and be able to,
Sounds good.
and better yet, he can even call in while you're on the air. How's that?
Oh, my God. Oh, no, he would die. He would absolutely die. But I can start off with, hello, you knuckleheads. I mean, I could be both of their mothers.
Yeah.
But they are so much fun. And you know what? Laughter is so huge.
Thank you.
And everybody has challenges, but if you can laugh and that's what I love about your program because it's very informative, but it's fun.
Oh my goodness. Patty, you just, when we meet and we say, I hope that that's the message, you know, we say it's about building and then it's about sports, but it's about community, having fun and building others up. Like you say, it's, you know, the challenges for everybody out there just to be able to, just have a show that we're hopeful is, like you said, informative, but also fun and it's a Tuesday night. Sometimes there's not that much going on, Patty.
No, and you just listen and giggle and laugh, and it's just a fun thing. So I'm so glad I called, and it's so
Thank
nice
you.
to talk to both of you. And
You as
Sophia,
well.
you are amazing.
Thank you so much,
And
Patty.
I
You just
will-
made our nights.
You're welcome, and I will leave my information with Rob.
Patty, thank you so
Amazing.
much. Can't even begin to thank you. You made our night, Patty. We didn't know if anybody's listening. So if anybody out there, Patty, you're encouraging others, please give a call, say hello. This show and platform is
I
not
will.
about us. It's about making
Oh.
friendships. So thank you, Patty.
Thank
I
you.
agree. That's so huge. So thank you. Have a great night.
You too,
Have a
Patty.
great night, Patty.
I
Thank you.
guess
You too. Bye,
Larry.
Sophia.
Bye. Larry, I guess now the phones are starting to ring. I guess someone else is calling in, Larry.
We have another caller.
Yeah, you do. And he was thinking maybe he's one of the knuckleheads, but I don't know. That's up to you guys. Big G's on the line.
Oh my God. Big
Big
G's.
G.
Oh, Big G.
Hey,
Wait a minute.
how are we doing?
Let's give a clap here. We got Big G in the house.
I heard knucklehead, and I said, geez, I'm wondering if I'm one of the knuckleheads or who I am for that part. But great job, Patty, calling us out.
Wasn't Patty a lot of fun? Oh my goodness. You know what's
Oh, my
amazing
God,
is
awesome.
Patty gave us a heads up. Patty said Patty started watching us and listening to us quite a time ago, early on when the programming started back in the fall. So with that being said,
Yeah.
that means Patty stayed with us for months here, so, Jerry and Sophia.
So
Oh.
she could be really a groupie, right? I mean, she's been listening for
Yeah.
16 weeks.
But I think we got
Right.
to take a vote. I think Patty's one of our favorites. What do you guys think?
Absolutely.
So that encourages
I'm
other
gonna vote
people.
yes.
If you want to call in, say hello, be part of what we're doing. This is an inclusive program. We want everybody to know that everybody's welcome. We have this platform here, the Bethany Builders Podcast. We're looking to make friendships, looking to get people to tune in on Tuesday night. Stay with us, chat it up, have some fun, and hopefully we can exchange learning a few things. Jerry, what are you doing today? We're so grateful you're joining us. I know you had a phone call out to, was it UCLA this afternoon?
Yes, that's where I was on, just coming off that call, and was glad it ended early so I could jump on and share a few minutes with you guys on the call, and been trying to listen to both at the same time, which is sometimes challenging, but I've heard a lot of great things. And Chris, I know that you, Sophia, Olena, super busy today. You and I were playing phone tag. I don't know how many times back and forth about different jobs and what's going on, and sites, and trying to go out and do quotes. So it's that time of year. Spring is starting to come in, and people are looking to take on some projects, which is a beautiful thing for sure. And certainly we're equipped to do it.
Well, I got to tell you, Jerry, once again, Jerry Levitt, if anybody knows Jerry, he's one of the most selfless, kind people that I know, and he's constantly putting others before himself. Jerry he told me now for a week, I have a completely stacked schedule for Tuesday. There is absolutely no way I'm going to be able to find any time. It's not that I don't want to. I have East Coast meetings, and then I have Zooms that tie in from the West Coast. And I said, Jerry, if you could find a few minutes to put aside to come on the podcast, because you have such a following, as everybody knows you, I talk to is Big G. Everybody wants to know, where's Big G? And who's Big G? They know it's Jerry. I said, it's Mr. Jerry Levitt from East Bridgewater, #Big G. Talk to us a little bit. I know you're working our deck challenge, and we're going to really expand not only within the towns we're working in, but throughout the South Shore. Trex Decking is on board. We got a call from them today. They're really going to ramp it up to support us, and even get into more sponsorship with these Bethany Builders deck challenges in the public schools. What are your thoughts? Tell us a little bit more about them.
No, absolutely, for sure. Right, we spearheaded some of these projects a few months back, going into the winter season, and now it's time to just hit go. Right, gas pedal down. Certainly in Weymouth and in East Bridgewater, anyone who is looking to do a deck onto their house, we're contributing at least $500, if not more, to various programs, whether it's sports, athletic programs, music, drama, whatever it might be, to help offset those fees for kids. As we know, they continue to get more and more expensive and not capped. So we don't want to see anybody miss out. And that's why we've started these initiatives with these schools and other towns that are looking to jump on board as well. So I know you're talking to the sponsors to try and also kind of match some of these.
Sure. Well, Jerry, never to interrupt you, but I need you to know this. Next Tuesday, we have commitment from Trex Corporation that we're going to have their representative actually be on the podcast. We're going to need you to zoom in, Jerry. Yeah, we're going to need you to zoom in, Jerry, to take notes. I know you know so much about the decking and the products and so forth, but we really want to pay attention to them. They're going to announce new colors for 2026 for the decking products, as well as the warranties that cover both the materials and labor if a board gets damaged, if they hire us, because we're a certified Trex Pro installer. A lot of information coming forth next week from Trex Decking. So we want folks to call in. Feel free to call in or text in your questions all week before next Tuesday at 781-837-4900. Or you can call me in our office direct, and we'll address your questions on air at 781-898-8018. That's Bethany Builders, LLC, located in Duxbury, Massachusetts. We're South Shore's dad-daughter duo. We feel we're the #1 deck building company in Massachusetts, as well as many other things. South Shore, best of the South Shore for year after year after year. That's voted by the consumer base. No pat on the back. We're just ready to compete. It's like the Patriots. We tried for the Super Bowl. They didn't make it all the way, but what a season, Jerry, huh? And guys, what did you think recapping it? We went to the Super Bowl. What was your feelings on that?
I mean, we didn't get the win that we all wanted, but just the whole season in itself, it was so exciting. I'm so happy that I think for the most part it was successful, and I'm just so happy to be a part of it.
Well,
I'm a true Patriots fan now.
Well, this is true, and I'm going to jump ahead. You know what? As I look at you, our daughter Sophia, and your mom, I was so happy. I got to sit in section 307, row number 1 in the corner of the end zone overlooking the whole field with Sophia Bethany, Alina Bethany, and our family friend / his family, Jerry Big G Levitt. We were able to experience that time together. Those things don't come around very often, guys. So we're blessed. We were able to do Media Row coverage at Radio Row. We spent those, what did we spend? 6 days together? Blessed. It's God's blessing.
Fantastic.
So once in a lifetime trip, and we made sure that we made the most of it.
We absolutely did. Absolutely did. Amazing time. And, we're going to a lot more football ahead of us. And I loved hearing Sophia's stories when we were talking, right? Because Sophia, this is kind of the season you grew up on football, right?
It is.
It was awesome. It was awesome to see and talk with you about all the different changes and what's gone on all these years. And I mean, this season, and it was awesome to hear you kind of expand on the beginning to the end of the season when they were doing this. So it was awesome.
And I want to sneak something in, Jerry. We had 3 winners. I think we had Bill from Halifax. We had a Mrs. from Pembroke and a Mrs. from Situate. I have their names. They were all great supporters, fans. They were a lot of fun. They won their big game T-shirts. I had them custom made for them. They're being completed, in fact, this Friday, and will be dropped off. The folks will get in touch with you if you're listening, and you'll be able to pick them up next Monday with Rob Hackler at WATD. Arrangements will be made with you so that you can pick up your big game T-shirts. They're one of a kind. And boy, Jerry, weren't we getting into Pat Patriot has one.
Yes.
We got a couple shirts coming in Friday for Maddie and another one of the Patriots cheerleaders. So these were a very limited special item, and I think people might see them around a little bit. Jerry, I couldn't keep them. You saw them. I brought a whole bag of them. I was getting
They were
attacked
all
for 'em.
gone.
Yeah,
were
everybody
all
wanted
gone.
one.
The
Everyone
Bethany
wanted one.
Builders
That was the thing. I
podcast
think
made it
that
to the Super Bowl.
Once we got them, and we saw how cool they were, we're like, people are going to want these. And
I know.
they did.
Mhm.
So
And
it was fantastic.
incredible. And I did secure 2 for your sisters, Jerry. I know they wanted them. They were very
Beautiful.
patient. So all of them are coming in on Friday, and they'll be delivered for everybody on Monday. So we didn't forget you, folks. If anybody won a prize, we had 3 winners. And then, of course, we have Patty for Monday. Everybody's going to get their goodies on Monday. And every week from now on, we're going to start to give away some sort of special prize on our show. So tune in. It costs $0. All we ask is that you come and have a lot of fun. Sophia, you want to thank our sponsors? We're getting towards the end here.
We want to thank all of our sponsors: Trex Decking, Koopman Lumber, Northeastern Savings Bank, 95.9 WATD, Connor Hegney's Auto Detailing Services, ADU of Massachusetts, and Bethany Builders, LLC. Be sure to like and subscribe to the Bethany Builders podcast on YouTube and Facebook for more.
And Jerry, thank you so much for doing what you can. Can you give us a 1 minute, take us out of here tonight? We're doing this in honor of Jerry Big G Levitt, who, again, selflessly put his time aside to join us tonight. Jerry, it's such a surprise to see. I'm so excited because I knew you said there was that smallest chance, but it had to be 1%.
Yeah, no, listen, that was the thing. I made the promise, right, that, hey, if we can make this happen, we're going to make it happen. And fortunately for me, I was able to make the call in. And, I love being a part of these calls. Knucklehead and not knucklehead, either way, it's all good by me. But I also caught on, Chris, during the show that going to go visit vocational school. I think that's going to be fantastic.
Yes.
Right.
I'm glad you picked up on that. Yeah, I've been part of that. South Shore Vocational Technical School has contacted me for quite some time. I think there was in the carpentry division. I think the instructor might have switched out. So we've been waiting to do it. Formally have had a few requests. Finally, now that the football season's slowing down a little bit, we can get over and see the students, meet with the faculty, and hopefully encourage what they're doing. And if they have any questions for us, the dad-daughter duo, we're both ready to go. Now, Sophia being 18 years old and licensed, she wants to share that knowledge so that the trades folks of the future can learn from that. Maybe she's paved the way a little bit. And if so, she wants to show them how she did it. And if she can be helpful in any way to them, it's not about us. It's about helping others. And Jerry, you know that's how we roll. Larry, can you take us
Absolutely.
out? First and foremost, shout out to our rock star engineer, Larry, at WATD 95.9. Never lets us down. Can you hit us with our commercial on the way out, Larry? Well, there we go. Let's give it up.
Well, thank you for listening
Thank
to the
you very
Bethany
much.
Builders podcast.
We appreciate you. It's not about us. We appreciate everybody listening and watching. Thankful. Here we are, February 2026. Let's make it a great year. Give us a call, Bethany Builders, at 781-898-8018. We look forward to seeing you.